everybody tonight? That's awesome. Quite nervous at the moment, but here we go. I was quite lucky to be raised around a lot of strong, beautiful, very intelligent women. One of them being my grandmother, Dalai, Sofia. Named my company after this very nurturing woman. She is my inspiration and all of the women that I grew up with. I've been in food and bev for about 20 years now. This is out in Mexico City. Maybe the emphasis on beverage, so who better to bring you a beverage than a bartender. At one point in time, during college, I started sending off recipes to different publications, really trying to test, and wow, that's 20 seconds up. So here we go. GQ, they threw me in Men of the Year saying I was one of the most innovative bartenders in America. This is me training myself to be a sommelier. Hanging out in Park, Verona. It was a great time to challenge myself to try to figure out where things came from throughout the world, tasting it, soil. But 20 years in F&B really wears you down, so I took a vacation. This 3-day vacation on day 3, 2 days, finally unwound. I was like, wow, man, this is what living is all about. And I decided to stay for 3 years. So 3 years later, I figured out what I was passionate about, and it really started to kind of click. It was like, what can I do to make a difference? And I had a craft, and I was making good beverages, and it was just how to do it in a healthy way. So out on the island, rum and cigarettes were cheaper than food. So, someone turned me on to my first culture being a SCOBY, and I thought about the preservation methods of food, beverages, and what I could possibly do to make a better impact on my community. And I wanted to come back to Charleston. The farmers are just the heartbeat of this culture. This is Children of the Corn. A mockumentary we're about to release now. This is John Moran of Spade and Clover. He's a beast. It's so cool building a relationship with these people, being the farmers that, I depend on, a consumer, but they actually depend on nature. And I can't imagine what that feels like. But this is our tea plantation. We consume more tea than anyone else in America, and we actually produce it. Kombucha is sustainable here in Charleston, South Carolina. They kill it in the Northwest. They kill it in the Northeast. Colorado, obviously, is very progressive, but here in the Southeast, it's the one place that is actually sustainable. Tons of sugar cane. We don't have to process the sugar with kombucha. You can actually just juice it. There's acres upon acres upon acres of sugar cane left in this area here in Charleston. So hopefully, one day start to progress. And, it's really about the community. At this point in time, I guess we'll get to some of the science of kombucha, but it's just a culture. It's a community. It's people living, or actually organisms living together, helping each other, possibly feeding off of each other, working together, and making something happen. But, go to the farmers market. Stop going to all these corporate grocery stores, or buying food from random places across the world when it's growing right in your backyard. I just can't believe it. There's like hundreds of farmers markets every day. Folly Beach Monday, Mount Pleasant Tuesday, West Folly Beach. But this is a lot of the produce that goes into the product that I make at the moment. A little bottled up. I spend most of my time bottling. I imagine it's what it's like sewing soccer balls. Putting a label on a bottle, putting liquid in it, cutting produce. It's just unbelievable. But, this is coming right out of our backyard. Quite amazing, the juiciness of everything, the nutrition, and you should know where things are coming from. It's what you put inside of you, or what you're consuming, eating. That came off weird. So, I get back from the islands and I had this dream. I'm like, man, I can change sweet tea to fermented tea, and everybody's going to love it, but how the hell do I put all this liquid in all these bottles? And I contacted the beverage maker, Canberra. These guys are unreal. When you start talking community and you start thinking about people, he's a beautiful man. I'm really not good at this. I have these colors here that really have become a stress ball. So I'm just going to ball these up right now, but that's my Samwise Gamgee, man. That's my partner. That's my boy. Yeah, you know. But place for us, put the branding on the product. You know, how do you get people to actually reach out and pick that bottle up to even taste? You know what a 19-year-old kid trying to put. That was like 15 years ago. Put something together to taste something because it was the way that I traveled. But all that being said, you may call kombucha trendy. I get it. I mean, I'm not trying to say I don't hear like a Tito's and vodka 10 times a night or a Mick Ultra, and I'm like, man, it's the trendiest thing I've ever heard. But fermentation is a very tried and true practice. It's the way to preserve. We are living in a bacterial world. Embrace the bacteria. It's all over us. If we turn ourselves inside out, it would be inside of us, and it's still coming off weird. But bacteria, it's what it's all about. And you know, once you start to balance, you're drinking kombucha, and you're starting to feel that community and culture. You find out you have two brains. All of a sudden, trust your gut. You are what you eat. Know who's growing it. Go shake a hand. You know, if a farmer gives you a text and it's like, yo, you know, it's going to be a frost here in the next few days. Can you take some of this off my hands? You know, it helps him. It helps us. And all of that being said, I'm just a bartender, but she is my inspiration. Thank you all.